Hey everyone, hope you all doing well. So a few weeks ago I talked about 5 things I hate about the Model 3, so it's only fair that I make a video of 5 things I love about the Model 3. There's definitely more things to love about the Model 3 than to hate, I have to say. And you guys might not agree, but if you have other things you like about your Model 3, definitely put it down in the comment section. But let's start off with our number 1 favorites. Our number 1 favorites is the air vents. The automatic air vents that you can control from the display. Either you can split it as 2 vents, or you can do a single center vents. Many feel that this is too much work. I can tell you one thing, it's definitely not. After driven this car for over 6,500 miles and not getting into another car, getting into a car with air vents feels like a historical vehicle that hasn't caught up with its time. So, feature with this air vents is that you can manipulate in so many ways where you can actually get airflow coming up your leg. You can't get that with a traditional manual vent because the dash is too high and too forward in your face. The way the air vents work is it comes out of this slot here towards you. And the way that the air vents flow at you is there's another air blowing up, manipulating the airflow that goes towards you and how you adjust the airflow from the display. So you can have it as 2 separate air vents or a single center air vents. And we love this feature so much. So that takes us to number 2. Number 2 has to be the steering wheel. Some might say this is one ugly steering wheel compared to Model S and X. I don't disagree with that. But the functionality of a smaller steering wheel, bigger bolster, it just feels a lot more comfortable on long road trip. And it feels a lot sportier, that nimbleness feeling while you drive the Model 3 with the smaller steering wheel. Of course, it's a smaller car, so it makes sense to make it more of a sportier feel. And the texture of the steering wheel is of vegan leather. It's not real leather, but it's very durable. Some have criticized that, they were getting tears and, it's not holding up well. But we driven the Model 3 for over 6,500 miles and there's not a single scratch or tear. And I do use the steering wheel quite often and not autopilot too much because there's times where I just don't feel comfortable on the highway that we use using autopilot. So my hands is usually on the steering wheel. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 has to be the layout. The simplicity of the Model 3. Just the steering wheel, display, couple buttons on the steering wheel, a button for the hazard light. That's because of the law, legal regulation. Just having everything on one place and getting into another car with all these buttons, it just feels so cluttered. This feels relaxed. Of course, there's times where I'm trying to figure out where certain functionality and settings are. With the Model 3, once you set it, you really do forget it because it's automatic. Everything is automatic, from the windshield wiper to the headlights to the display brightness to the seat settings, the mirror settings, and memory setting to your profile. The steering wheel also adjusts to your profile now as well. The only control we really use is the AC and the heater, as well as the music, audio, radio station. Sometimes we do use the navigation. Typically we use our phone, but if we're going on a long road trip, we do use Tesla navigation to make sure that we can get to the destination with enough battery to get us back. So that's definitely number 3. Number 4 has to be not having to go to the gas station ever. And yes, it's obvious. You have an EV, you charge at home, you charge at a supercharger, you charge at any charging station. It takes time. But if you plan accordingly, if you plug in every night, you get enough range in the morning to go wherever you want. And hardly people say, well, you can't really take road trips. How often do people actually take a long road trip without any planning? You're gonna have to stop after 300 miles at least. I mean, I've driven over 350 miles before, 8 hours drive. It's not a good feeling at all. And being able to stop, charge, refresh, you have more time to spend with your companion, whoever you're traveling with. It just feels more of a adventure to explore areas where you typically wouldn't if you had a gasoline vehicle. You just pump the gas and take off. And the last favorite is the outside exterior. We wasn't really a fan of the Model S and X front end, but with the Model 3, they hit the nail on the head with this one. It looks absolutely stunning. If anything, we think they copy Porsche in a way, which is not a bad design at all by all means. And they kept everything else that was working for the Model S, which was the fender, the door lines, the rear panels, and the back of the vehicle. Those design that you've seen in the Model S and X looks fantastic. It's just the front end that they need to refresh, and they did with the Model 3. And as you also seen with the new Roadster, it has a similar setup where there's no grille or no fake mustache. It's just a clean bumper line that is shaped to enhance aerodynamic and a front built in on top of the actual bumper. So there you guys have it. 5 things we love about the Model 3. Hopefully you guys have other 5 favorites. List it in the comments and we'll catch you next time. Remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching.